Powered by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
Some families of the fallen in the Korean War are getting closure for the first time in nearly 7 decades. I'm Laura Podesta with details on the return of the remains from North Korea and what it means for President Trump.
And slow down. The life you save might be your own. We'll take a look at 2018's crash report so far this year.
Good morning to you. 6:30 on your Friday. I'm Missy O'Malley with Chet Lehman. We'll have our forecast in just a moment. As we mentioned just a moment ago, North Korea is fulfilling a promise made during last month's historic summit between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. For the first time in more than 10 years, North Korea is returning the remains of U.S. troops killed during the Korean War.
Now, in a tweet, President Trump thanked Kim and said, quote, "This will be a great moment for so many families," end quote. CBS News' Laura Podesta has more.
One by one, boxes wrapped in blue United Nations flags were taken off a U.S. military plane in South Korea. In them are the possible remains of 55 U.S. servicemen killed during the Korean War. The transfer follows through on a promise North Korean leader Kim Jong-un made to President Trump during their Singapore summit last month.
I asked for it today, and we got it. That was a very last minute. The remains will be coming back.
A formal repatriation ceremony is set to be held in South Korea on Wednesday. Then the remains will be flown to Pearl Harbor for forensic tests to identify them. Today's gesture coincides with the 65th anniversary of the end of the Korean War.
He had what he wanted. He had the woman he wanted. He had the family he wanted.
Rick Downs was 3 years old when his father Hal went off to the war. His Air Force bomber went down on a mission over North Korea. He's been missing ever since.
I call it the wound that never heals. After a while, you get used to having it, and it finds a place within you, and you go on, you live life.
He's cautiously optimistic his father will one day be returned.
You have to really watch your heart here, because this all could just fizzle. This could be nothing. It could be everything.
The remains are believed to be some of more than 200 North Korea has, but about 7,700 U.S. soldiers are still listed as missing. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Now, these are the first remains given to the U.S. since 2007 when 6 sets were returned. North Koreans have expressed a willingness to resume joint search missions with the U.S. to help find more remains. Those had stopped in 2005 because of North Korea's nuclear program. So,
interesting story there.
Welcome home, long overdue.
Yes. And his take on his father. This could be everything, this could be nothing. You just don't know.
7,700 still missing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Also incredible, maybe a chance of rain.
I'm
going to hold on to that.
It's chilly outside.
It is.
It has that feel
it's
like
brisk.
Fall is in the air for the first time in a long time out there.
Yeah, it won't be that way for
no.
long, but hey, enjoy it while it's here.
We're
good with it, yeah. 40s and 50s for most of us this morning. 50 degrees in Belgrade, 47 in Butte, 41 in West Yellowstone this morning. Looks like there is a chance of thunder showers this afternoon. Highs only in the 70s as you move throughout the day. By the way, if you're heading out to Red Ants Pants, here's a look at the forecast. A couple of isolated rumbles for the early to mid-evening, but then it's going to clear out. And remember, shovels and rope, the main stage at 10 o'clock tonight. So forecast looks nice for that main show. We'll talk more about your forecast coming up in a bit.
Ooh, and Lindy Ortega and her little red boots. That's going to be a good lineup tonight. Our top story for you now. Since the beginning of the year, there's been more than 1,000 crashes in Bozeman alone. MTN's Medeiros Babb explains why drivers need to focus more on their speed.
Talking about speed and as it relates to how you can stop your vehicle, speed is probably the most important factor in your ability to stop your car.
Bozeman Police Sergeant Travis Munter says each year thousands of crashes are reported. And with kids out of school, driving faster than the speed limit is dangerous.
You know, they kick a ball out in the roadway or they throw a ball out in the roadway that just causes us some opportunity or for some negative things to happen in the roadways.
Munter says speed limit signs can be hard to understand. Instead of looking at miles per hour, he explains how far a car travels in feet per second. For example, a car going 15 miles per hour is equivalent to traveling 22 feet every second. That means you will go over 40 feet before you react and completely stop, about the same distance of a residential intersection.
Thinking about that, you will travel through an entire intersection before you're able to stop your car.
Each time you increase your speed by 5 miles per hour, it takes about an extra 20 feet to stop.
People think 5 miles an hour isn't a big deal, but it's the difference of a length of a car. So the car that you maybe rear-ended, you wouldn't have even hit if you were driving the speed limit.
This isn't a problem only in town. The Montana Highway Patrol reported that out of the 80 fatal crashes that have happened this year, they suspect 30 of them involved speed.
If they're following the speed limits and they're paying attention to the roadways, our crashes are going to drastically decrease, and which makes it safer for everybody to drive, makes it a lot safer for the pedestrians that are crossing roadways and the cyclists that are also sharing the road with our motorists.
In Bozeman, Medeiros Babb, MTN News.
Medeiros also adds the U.S. Department of Transportation says about 1/3 of highway fatalities are all related to speeding.
Shifting gears a bit, St. James Healthcare in Butte unveiled some new technology yesterday that will help them record and store information on newborn babies at the hospital. A new Certiscan device that can scan the feet of a child, place that information on a database that can be accessed by police in the event the child goes missing. This technology allows faster access to vital information compared to using an ink print of a baby's foot.
Well, the old way, that's just stuck in a file somewhere. I mean, the hospitals keep them, but this, the police can actually go to Certiscan and they will be able to identify the baby with its number that we have here at the hospitals.
Really cool. The St. James Auxiliary Volunteer Group started the fundraiser in order to be able to buy this device.
And this week marks the 40th anniversary of the first baby born through in vitro fertilization, or IVF. Now, since Louise Brown's birth, it's an estimated that as much as 8 million babies have been born because of the continuing and rapid advancements in reproductive medicine. Hannah Doba has our story.
It's been a long journey, but 40-year-old Veronica Pagenel Espai is expecting her second child. After their son was born, Veronica and her husband Jorge knew right away they wanted to add to their family. But it's been difficult. Veronica had an ovary removed, 4 miscarriages, and several failed rounds of IVF.
It's hard to stay with that hope and not give up.
Before her most recent round of in vitro fertilization, Veronica had pre-implantation genetic screening, or PGS. Cells from the embryo are tested before the transfer back to the uterus to ensure it has the right number of chromosomes. The wrong number is a common cause of miscarriage.
IVF is really one of the great success stories of modern medicine.
Dr. Zev Williams at Columbia University Medical Center says doctors now have the ability to select the healthiest embryos.
Instead of having to transfer multiple embryos, we could transfer one embryo and still give a high chance of success.
Another major advance, PGD, or pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. It helps doctors identify genetic defects within an embryo when parents are carriers of serious diseases. And for young women with cancer and women choosing to delay having children, fertility preservation has been a life changer.
Once the egg or the embryo is frozen, it's like time has paused, so that the chances of that 40-year-old woman getting pregnant is essentially the same as when she froze her egg or embryo.
Veronica says it's been worth the wait.
People sometimes spend 10 years trying to conceive. I'm lucky that it took only 3 years, but it was still, 2 years extra.
Their baby girl is due October 8th on Veronica's birthday. Hannah Doba, CBS News, Weehawken, New Jersey.
The genetic testing of embryos can sometimes take days or even weeks to get results. Columbia researchers are currently working with new technology that would allow them to do that testing within hours.
Amazing strides made in the last 40 years on that. Pretty phenomenal.
Wow.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Yep.
Happy Friday to you. Coming up, we have a story about a police officer from Austin, Texas, taking a trip to Kenya for a unique mission.
Yeah, you're going to love that one. But first, let's check in with John Dickerson, see what's coming up at 7 o'clock on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we're tracking evacuation and containment efforts for the Northern California wildfire that exploded overnight and turned deadly. And a new lawsuit claims a doctor's abuse at Ohio State was an open secret for years. Dana Jacobson talks with 2 former students about their experiences and the warnings they say were shared among classmates and reported to the school. See you at 7.